the Grand Rapids City Council meeting for Monday, February 8th, and the work session. The work session this afternoon basically focused around one issue, and that was the housing needs and the housing study that was done and completed in 2014 by the county. And it identifies different areas that we have a need within the city of Grand Rapids for housing improvements, whether it's single-family, townhomes, apartments, those type of units to support the needs of the greater Grand Rapids community. So Diane Larson was in, and she touched on that. We are in the process of working and partnering with several organizations on a Beacon Hill project. That's 48 units up in 29th or 21st Street. So I think what you're going to see is as that project's nearing completion, you'll see more and more inquiries as far as occupancy and the potential. So for those that are planning or looking at it, it's right now 40% complete. It's a $9.4 million project. It'll be ready for occupancy starting August 1st. So if you're thinking about that sometime in late March, you can get an application through D.W. Jones for the Beacon Hill project. So it's supported under the Itasca County Housing Redevelopment, and it'll be managed by D.W. Jones, and part of it will be oversaw by Northland Counseling as well. Under the council this evening, we did not have anyone in for public input, but we did have two department heads. Tom Pagel talked about the admin department, the accomplishment of our 2015 goals, and also looking at 2016. As we look at the 21 outcome goals that we have identified, we are in the process of working towards those 21 outcome goals with all the departments. I think every department within the city of Grand Rapids has some impact of the outcome goals that are driven by our comp plan that was updated in the last year or so. So it's a huge impact on the city of Grand Rapids trying to follow that comp plan, and we're asking staff and department heads to help us as a council determine what kind of goals we should have out there looking at 2016 and beyond. We also had a report from the fire department. Chief Mike Liebel, our new fire chief, was in. As you recall, A.J. Morris, our old chief, is retired and is moving on. Still in the area and still working, but is off the fire department at this point in time. 2015, we had 4 retirements, so we brought a few people on. We have a 30 man and women department, and we brought our latest ones in, Lance Cushel and Bill Thayer. The chief talked a little bit about maybe potentially getting a couple of new trainees in the program so that with the potential of losing a couple of fire department employees in this year, 2016, we would have some trained people through the apprenticeship basically program. 2015, they had 240 calls for service, of which 167 required a response of we sent equipment out. So Marcia Anderson was in from the library looking for a lease agreement on a new financial services for a Canon Cullen copier. And she also talked at the end of it, I asked her passports. We are doing passports now for residents out there. So if you're looking for a passport, lag time. So if you're looking at leaving in the next couple of months, you should get into the library right away because it's taking anywhere from 6 to 7, 8 weeks in order to get that paperwork in place, and we certainly wouldn't want to have you miss an opportunity to take a nice vacation someplace outside of the country because you don't have that passport. So if you need a passport, please get in and take care of that. Chief Johnson was in, talked a little bit about an opportunity for us to and have access to an automatic property system out of the city of Minneapolis. Right now there's 266 agencies. When I say agencies, that's police departments and sheriff's departments that have access to that. So we have a theft up in Grand Rapids, and the materials show up in a pawn shop down in the Twin Cities area. By being able to query that information, we can get better knowledge of potentially where some of the materials that from a robbery or a theft could end up. So for $204 a year, I think that's, and the council thought that's well worth that expense in order to alleviate what has already been a traumatic situation if you've been broke into and have something stolen. Hopefully we can get it back to you on the recovery side as quickly as possible. And then we hired, or not hired, but we authorized 5 new security officers that are covered by the hospital for security purposes out there. So the eligibility list, and to put them on there, those officers will be starting immediately, and we paid the bills. This is February 8th, so we look forward to getting together again on February 22nd. Hope everyone has an enjoyable next couple of weeks in the relatively cool part of the winter. Thanks, and have a good evening.